So if you ask most people what the New Testament is, you'll probably get a range of answers. Some might say it's just the second half of the Bible, but it's actually a collection of 27 books, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's like a whole library in itself. There are the Gospels, which spotlight Jesus' life, then Acts, the letters from Paul and others, and finally Revelation. It's all written in that early period after Jesus, capturing both history and big spiritual ideas.
And what I find interesting is how these books were written in such different contexts. Some are personal letters, others are outright storytelling, and a few read almost like ancient emails. It's wild to think about how each piece fits together.
Totally, and the variety really helps people connect with it in different ways. Sometimes it's about hearing a story, sometimes it's guidance on how to handle something tough. Like Paul's letters especially, they're super practical.
That actually reminds me when people talk about understanding the New Testament. It's not just about memorizing verses. It's about catching the bigger messages, like love, forgiveness, and hope, right?
For sure, and also how those messages get repeated but in different voices. Like, the way Jesus talks about loving your neighbor sounds so direct, but then you see Paul wrestling with what it looks like in actual messy communities. It's relatable because life's just not that simple.
Exactly. And sometimes those big ideas get pushed into everyday stuff, like what do you do when someone wrongs you, or how do you help someone in need? The New Testament keeps circling back to those kinds of questions.
That's what makes it so practical, honestly. It isn't just ancient advice, it's also about how you act and who you become. I've seen people use these stories to figure out their own next step, like, should I forgive? Should I step up and help out?
Funny you say that, because I've noticed people don't just read the New Testament for knowledge, they draw on it for decisions and action. Like, faith becomes real when they actually try to live out those ideas.
Absolutely, and I think that's where it gets powerful. For instance, someone might read about generosity in Acts and then decide to give to a neighbor in need. It's this loop: read, reflect, and then actually do something.
And sometimes it's those small, everyday actions, like choosing kindness or patience, because you remember a verse or a story. It doesn't have to be huge to be meaningful.
Right. And honestly, a lot of people use the New Testament almost like a compass. It gives direction, especially when life's confusing or you're unsure what the right move island. Drawing on it helps turn faith into something really concrete.